Hello everyone, it's Mr. Dennis, and this is a brief tutorial refresher of the HSA administration. You have been trained back in March, the PARC/HSA Pearson Access Next training site. But I thought it would be important for you just to put a refresher out there, get your minds remembering about what we learned. You all are pros, we know that, but it never hurts to have some extra support. So this will be about a 10-minute video just reminding you of how to administer the HSA assessment. First thing, just please remember also that you signed the COMAR agreement. If you have not, you'll be able to sign that on the first day when we come back, when we start our testing. Please always remember our security requirements. That means what I'm going to hand you on the day of testing is secured materials. That is your student tickets and your seal codes. So they must be kept secretly, or they must be kept with you at all times and not left alone at any time. Also remember our requirements in reference to technology use. No student should have a technology, a cell phone, iPad, anything on their person when we take this test. It should not be in the testing room environment at all. We've had some teachers, again, take the phones and ask kids to put this stuff in the book bag and put it in front of the room. All that kind of stuff is fine with me, as long as a student does not have technology out and present, powered up, whatever, and on their person. If that does happen, please follow the protocol in terms of an irregularity report. It means you must let me know, inform me that the student has a technology device, and we'll go through the proper protocol and see and take the next steps for that. All right. That's the main thing. Also, if a student is sick, what have you, or there's a disruption in the classroom, that student's test can also be paused, stopped, or in some cases we have students who discipline has been their test is voided. So all that can come into play if necessary, but unfortunately haven't had that issue, so we'll continue with that. All right. Okay, so first day of school, you come to see me. I give you the secure documents. You go to your testing room and you open your laptop or a workstation if you're at a lab with a workstation, to PearsonAccessNext.com. That is PearsonAccessNext.com, and you're going to do what I'm going to show you or remind you right now. All right. Once you go to PearsonAccessNext.com, you will put in your Pearson Access Next information. Now, all of you should receive by now your Pearson Access Next information, renewed or brand new in terms of creating a new username for some of you had to do last year. Okay, so that information should be with you. If you don't have it, please let me know. But once you have it and you have created your password, you will click on your Start button. Okay, and in your Start button, you'll put your information in, your PGCPS information and your password. Okay. Now, this is what you're doing as the test administrator. Just the backdrop. When your students come in, however, they're going to come into your computer room or your space, and they're going to log in using their PGCPS information and get to the desktop. Please keep in mind that the HSA is not online. Okay, that's not how we access. You're not going to go online and have students type in that website that's on their test ticket. That's not what we're going to do. There's a test nav icon for every device in our school. So you're going to use that. You're going to have students click on that device, that blue and white icon, and then they can type in the information that's on their student test ticket. Okay, but you as a test administrator, you're online at the Pearson Access Next site. Okay, once you've logged in, the only icon you need to be concerned about is the testing icon here that's in the middle that I'm circling right now with my mouse. Click on the drop-down menu, hit Sessions. Okay, and once you go to Sessions, what you'll see is a list of sessions that have been created. I've only created 3 just for this particular tutorial, but by the time you start your HSA testing, your session will be created. It will say your last name. It will say the content area, either government or biology. It will say the test room and it will say the test date. That is the naming convention. Your name, content, test room, and the specific date. And the reason why I'm doing dates is because you as a test administrator will test at least 2, maybe 3 times, depending upon the amount of students you have in your class. The goal is for you to test your students. So since we only can have maybe 28 students at a time in a room, that may require more than 1 day, which it will require more than 1 day for you to test your students. So probably a maximum of 3 days, max. Okay? And then we'll do makeup sessions, but you may not have to do that at all. Maybe we'll use other teachers to do that if necessary. All right, so you have an option. You can find your name here, click on the little checkbox, all right, and find your name, or you can go here and type your name in, and your name will pop up with that same test session. All right, so you click on the little square box, and then you go up to where it says right here, students and test sessions. So you find your test session, and then you want to find your students in test session. That's how it goes. So click on student test sessions. You can do that like my link here at the top, or you can click on this drop-down menu, and it also says, no, it doesn't say anything, so ignore what I just said. Go to students test sessions. All right. Once you click on students test sessions, you'll now have your session list, and you should see a blank space here. You're going to click on your session list to the left, and what will pop up. This is a session we've already done for our seniors, but this will pop up. This will all be gray. Okay, it will all be gray, and your session bar, and all of your student lists is below, and that should all be gray as well. Okay. What will happen is once your students sign in, you'll see them actually signing in, but not the test yet. Okay. Once they sign in, we'll go from there. Once they sign in, now if you notice, they change a new feature here that there's a lock now. Before there wasn't a lock, but now there's a lock. Okay, and so all you're going to do is move that lock to the right. This will allow students to get into the test. If you keep it to the left, they will not be able to get into the test. You have to wait for you. So you'll be able to get into the session. My apologies, not the test, the sessions. They cannot log into the session until you open that lock, unlock it. Okay, once you've unlocked the session, you now can use your script from your booklet. That's on chapter 7, I believe, for online testing for the HSA. And now you're going to read your spiel and go through every piece of it, and then now you can give the students their first seal code. All seal codes will be handed to you along with the student test tickets. And however, if you go to where it says resources here, on your page, resources, drop down menu, you also can get the seal codes from here as well. The seal codes are also online as well as hard copy, but I will have a hard copy for all of you. Also speaking, just in case, if some student lost their student number, I'm going to also give you this year a roster with all the students' names, all the students' usernames, which is their usernames, and the password is the same for every student right here. Okay, so you also have that. And when students come in, you're going to have them sign for them. The attendants, you're going to have them take their signature right here on the right-hand side, have them sign for that. Okay. All right. So once you've done that, once you've done your spiel with the script, and you've provided them their seal code, the first seal code, that first unit is only 2 questions. So you're going to actually, you'll see the script will actually provide the question. You're going to read the question aloud. You're also going to give the answer to that. So really there's only 3 units to this test. And we say 4. The first unit is only 2 questions that you're actually going to provide the answer for. And then the next 3 units are what you're going to give them. Okay, so and they're 45 minutes apiece. Okay, so this test should last, if we start on time at 9 o'clock, we should be done no more by 10:30, 10:45, 11 o'clock at the latest. All right, and this now here's the last piece for that. We want to move together. Remember, it's 45 minutes per unit. You start that unit, you give the time, you finish that time, and you tell students your time is about to, 5 minutes is about to close. Please choose your last few questions, what have you. Because remember, once you go to that second unit, they can't go back. All right. They cannot go back, so they can't go back to another unit once we start our next session. All right. So you go through those units, and then you'll be done. You collect all student test tickets with their signature on it, and then return all materials to me. It's just that simple. The HSA is a very easy and quick administration. Just for your viewing, as students are taking the test, you'll see the individually it'll be green. It's now blue because they completed it. But if you click on the actual session where it says have completed, you'll be where it says ready. You click on it, you can actually look through and see where they are in terms of their questions. You can see what question they're on. Okay, each unit has 33 questions. Okay, with the exception of the first unit. All right, but you can actually look through that. If a student gets locked out of their test, it will turn red. Okay, it will turn red. You have the option. You can hit that drop-down menu, and then it's not going to do it now. You hit the drop-down menu on their session, and you can do resume. That resume will turn orange, and they now can log back in and complete their test. It will remember where they left off. Okay, this is a quick 10-minute video. It should be enough. If you have any questions, need any support, which I will be available for you, please do not hesitate to email me, call me, and I will be fully available for you on test day throughout the day. Thank you very much.